Welcome. It is I, Kisame Unlimited, and I am a Yugituber, and there are hundreds of Yugitubers out there. And I saw Team APS do this, and I said, I kind of always wanted to do this, and you beat me to it, Team APS, like you always do. So in this video, I decided that I wanted to make my top 10, because I always do top 10s on this channel. I wanted to do and showcase my top 10 favorite Yugitubers. Not overall the best Yugitubers, but my top 10 favorite Yugitubers that I personally watch. I'm not much of a commenting kind of person, but at the same time, I do watch their content. And there are some that I like, some I dislike, but, that's not, for your concern. You don't need to know who I don't like. But the moral is, I wanted to say this before anything. Don't forget to like the video if you would like to see more top 10s on this channel. It's greatly apprecited. Gaga Cowboy those like buttons right now. I don't know if it's here or here. Do it now, because it's, like I said, it's always extremely helpful. It helps the channel grow. And if you really like our content on this channel, that's how you help the channel grow. I support a lot of Yugitubers, and I'm sure that a decent amount of them probably click this video to see if they're in it or not. Now, if you personally are watching and you are just a regular old fan of Yugitubers and you like my content alone, on my channel, XMembers, I have a featured box where I feature every Yugituber that I personally think is extremely talented. Now, if you guys would take any moment out of your day and you want to just fuck around tonight or do whatever you want and just have like a, go through like, oh, I want to see what these people upload, I personally think that you should check out all the Yugitubers that I support, because like I always tell people, if you don't like me, there are hundreds of other Yugitubers out there. It's not just me. So if you like other people, I feature them. So check them out. Alright, but enough about me talking about other people, and spoiler, I'm not on this list. I will not put XMembers in my top 10 favorites, because that would just be douchebaggy. Team APS. We have always been like these neck and subs, and we've always like been growing at this exact same speed. And at the same time, I remember when I first saw them, I'm like, they had some of the most beautiful, beautiful thumbnails I've ever seen, and how I wish I could make thumbnails like they can. They have made so many ideas and video topics that I have not even scratched the surface to, and I always strived on being extremely smart and creative when it came to video topics. So I really do like Team APS's approach to Yugitubing, because I feel like they do it in spades. They do it perfectly. And I'm pretty sure Team APS was the first Yugitube channel that I actually collaborated with. So I feel like they were like, if I ever met like Paul and met all of them from Team APS, I would give them all a good handshake and I'd be like, nice to meet you because you're a good person. I butcher his name, and I know I'm going to fuck up his name when I say it. OlympusE. Yeah, see, I don't know why, I just can't pronounce your name for shit. I'm sorry. I always liked his content. He always just came off like someone that I feel like I could watch video and not be bored. He always just came off with really good content and came off with a very good attitude in the game. And I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to Yugitubing, it all really matters is your personality and your approach, because some people are boring as fuck. And I'm not saying if you don't see your name in this list, it doesn't mean that you're boring as fuck. It's probably that I just, I couldn't fit you on here. And also, I always was a sucker for his intro with Pegasus. Hearing that Pegasus laugh always got me each time. But yeah, his content was always really fun, and he just comes off like someone in the Yugitubing community that always, in my opinion, deserved way more subscribers. Are Yukio. I think it was like, I want to say like a year ago, and he was like in the prime of like, I think in his Yugitubing career, where he was like, oh, making videos all the time, and I was like, you know what, I don't really have as much time to watch your content, but when I did, I always enjoyed his content, because Are Yukio, I always got like such a casual vibe from him personally, and I've always saw myself as this casual player, but at the same time, it's like he wasn't stupid about it, because like someone like me and Spidey, when we were in our prime and we would make videos and content all the time, we would always have this more casual side of us which I thought was so much more relatable to the fans. I personally like more casual side of people, and it's like, because when you see someone that's a Yugituber, most of the time they're like hardcore into Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like every Yugituber kind of stands out in a different way, and I feel like he stands out a lot in his own way. Carmen A Cat. Carmen A Cat, I'm probably butchering your name too, I'm sorry. I'll call you Cam Cat. Cam Cat I bumped into because I was already at that point saying I was looking for Yugitubers that I wanted to get to know so I could, get myself more like into the community. How to play Fluffles, how to play Gishkis, how to play blank blank. For me, I've seen in Smash videos, but seeing someone try to take a funny aspect for something like as big as Smash and do it at Yu-Gi-Oh! I found it fucking hilarious. I thought Cam Cat nailed a really funny side of Yu-Gi-Oh! To me. And I personally see his channel growing, and I'm like, you could make it to 10,000 subscribers like that. And then I said, I was just saying to myself, I'm like, I appreciate people that could make me laugh. And I feel like Karma Cat, like when he does videos like that, I get that kind of vibe from him, of someone that's really smart in the game, but at the same time, someone that also has a sense of humor. MCole40. Me personally, I always really liked MCole40. I thought MCole40 was someone to me that embodied what Yu-Gi-Oh! Was. He embodied Yu-Gi-Oh! In a way where I saw him as a collector, someone that would go into tournaments and win, someone that aimed to have rare stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh!, someone that made a name for himself doing what he loved. And as much as people had poked fun at him, I saw him as the person that really worked hard, especially in the community. And his videos don't showcase that, like what I said, perfectly, but if you watch his content and you get to know the man behind the channel, you see that he's a very dedicated Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. And as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player that I have Yugitubing for years and years on end, he's been there through it all. I've seen his channel grow alongside mine. Galactic God. Galactic God, in my personal opinion, is probably the best Yugituber on all of YouTube. My opinion. I think that he embodies everything of Yu-Gi-Oh! He embodies the attitude. He embodies the channel, the community. Everything Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel you would like, he embodies it. Every Yugituber that I feature, and myself included, he embodies it all. And more. And I just feel like his channel just does the job better than anyone else's. But since he does everything, I don't watch everything he does. But what I do watch from him is really good. He showcases so many things in the game where if you would not like Galactic God, I would tell you you most likely don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Because he embodies Yu-Gi-Oh! He is Yu-Gi-Oh! Him and MCole40 are like neck and neck, but I feel like he's a little bit more like, his content just comes off more put together, but at the same time they are both amazing Yugitubers. Vexicus. Vexicus, in my personal opinion, out of every Yugituber that I've ever seen, he is probably the most kind-hearted and at the same time the most dedicated to his channel. I personally think that someone like Vexicus is basically the news anchor of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like if you ever need your news, you get it from Vexicus. I feel like out of anyone that does the news and how he handles a job alongside Yugitubing, I don't know how he does it. But personally, I feel like Vexicus uploads crazy amount, and I feel like when it comes to him helping people with deck profiles and ideas for his decks and being able to communicate with the community as much as he does, I think the day that someone like Vexicus would quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be like a really sad day for the community, because everyone would be like, I feel like the community would be really lost without someone like Vexicus, and I feel like Vexicus isn't as replaceable as a lot of other Yugitubers could be. DP Yu-Gi-Oh! DP Yugioh, personally, I've always loved his content. His content, he is probably one of the very few people where I feel like I could watch and understand everything that he's talking about and say, you made a great point. Go on. I want to learn more. Please inform me with more content. I need this. See, DP Yugioh has... Probably he's the only other YouTuber besides this channel that I've seen that someone will call out bullshit. So a lot of YouTubers don't tend to do that. They don't say, that's bullshit, fuck this is garbage, this is terrible. You see, I feel like I'll do that because I don't give a fuck. And I feel like the only attitude I ever seen that come off on another person in Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been DP Yugioh. And personally, I always respected his channel a lot, and I'm so happy to work with someone like DP Yugioh because of how much I respect his content. XStevens channel. XStevens channel was a channel that I stumbled upon where he would take dolls and make them duel, and he basically created an entire world of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, but in a way where it was humorous, it was funny, you got to know the meta, you were able to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards in more of a animation tone. He just brought out a lot of things in Yu-Gi-Oh! That I thought was amazing. And he probably only uploads one real duel to his series, probably like once every, I want to say, year. And that's such a shame because something like that probably takes forever to make, but his content is so good. And if you really sit down and watch all of his dueling series where he either duels himself or he's using the dolls, it's just very fun. And it's more of a fun outlook on the game, in my opinion. Yugimation! The sad day is the day when that man decides to go further in life and walk away from Yu-Gi-Oh! And stop animating in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a sad day for all of us. Because he is fucking phenomenal. His content that he uploads, when he uploads stuff like Banless Camp, that shit is fucking hysterical. I've always respected people that were able to poke fun at stuff. The way he pokes fun at that ban list that we get and rips it to shreds and rips on the meta, it's just so fucking funny. And I feel like he is someone in the community where no one could ever imitate him. Out of all the channels that I stated before, myself included, and everyone else I said up to Yugimation, we are all in some which way replaceable. Because we do stuff like reviews and deck profiles and all kinds of updates on the game. We don't have that kind of talent that Yugimation has. Yugimation has a talent in art that no one in the Yugitubing community can imitate. For honorable mentions, I would like to give people credit such as everyone in my top 100 box, along with Waffles and Amanda LaPalm. Because when Amanda LaPalm and Waffles were in their prime, they were both amazing fucking Yugitubers as well. But like I said, those are the Yugitubers that I would like to give, you know, if I met any of these people in real life, I'd give them a handshake and say, it would be an honor to meet you. I'd be happy to meet you, and you guys are amazing at what you do. And anyone watching this video that's just a fan of this channel, these people are all hardworking and great Yugitubers as myself is. So if you would like to subscribe to any of these Yugitubers, I will leave their links in the description below of this video so you can check out each one of them individually if you don't know who any of them are, and give them a good old subscribe and a like to all their future content. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday.